right, shalom. This is Kanaksha Bon Yasharala from the GMS Lions in Camp. First and foremost, I want to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles GMS and salutations to the Arkin that are pushing the truth through that are spread throughout the four corners of the earth, in sincerity and in truth. All right. I just seen a news little video on YouTube how Vladimir Putin is exposing the wickedness of the Roman Catholic Church and the Pope, saying that he's not a man of God. Of course, we all know this, but it's just other ways that Satan's wicked devices and his nakedness is being exposed. Just to hear it come out of another Edomite's mouth is just just kind of not doesn't necessarily put a stamp on what we're saying, because we actually put the stamp on what Yahweh Shai says, but it's kind of good to see the prophecies unfolding, man, for Esau's own people to see that them as being wicked. So I just want to play the video real quick and just talk about it a little bit. All right.
President Putin has slammed Pope Francis for pushing a political ideology instead of running a church, and warned that the leader of the Catholic Church is not a man of God. Pope Francis is using...
All right, now he said he just warned that the leader of the Catholic Church is not a man of God. All right, so what is he pushing? He's pushing the New World Order. That's exactly what's going on. All right, so because the Roman Catholic Church was the foundation of the New World Order. All right.
His platform to push a dangerous far-left political ideology on vulnerable people around the world, people who trust him because of his position, Putin said. If you look at what he, the Pope, says, it's clear that he is not a man of God. At least not the Christian God. Not the God of the Bible.
Alright, see, not the God of the Bible. Alright, this devil is not a man of God. The real men of God, the real men of God of the Bible are the ones, GMS, that are out there on the highways and byways pushing this truth, man. Pushing the truth, not their own agenda. Alright?
Putin said at the Naval Cathedral of St. Nicholas in Kronstadt. He dreams of a world government and a global communist system of repression. As we have seen before in communist states, this system is not compatible with Christianity. The Pope has
Well, it's not compatible with the truth, because this system was put together through the Nicene Creed, with the 7 ecumenical councils, as our elder our Harold Wan put out the 4 videos that was explaining that thus being the I'm gonna get it in a minute. Revelation chapter 16 and 13, it said, out of the mouth of the dragon, the beast, and roughly paraphrasing, I'm gonna get it though, and the false prophet, the Roman Catholic Church being the false prophet. All right. And out of the mouth of the Roman Catholic Church came Christianity. All right.
Come increasingly brazen this year in pushing the globalist agenda and far-left talking points upon the masses. Earlier this year he called for a global central bank and financial authority. And
all right, so now why is the Pope supposed to be a religious figure calling for this global ranking for this financial policies? Why is he trying to control the money? Why is he trying to have his hands in on the money if he's just a religious figure?
More recently he said Americans need to be ruled by a world government as soon as possible for their own good.
All right, now he says the Americans need to be ruled by a world government as soon as possible, which America is going to be destroyed, and this world government is going to be, the government of the Tabernacle of David. All right.
Pope Francis's idea that Americans would be better off under a world government doesn't stop there. The radical leftist pontiff also went on record stating that Europe should become one country under one government. He is also on record calling for a China-style one-child policy for Western nations, as well as telling a congregation in Rome that having a personal relationship with Jesus is dangerous and harmful. While Putin is a practicing Christian.
Wow, but having a personal relationship with Jesus is dangerous, but not under the guidelines. What he's saying is dangerous because Jesus, or whatever, whatnot, is a false is falsehood. It's, you know, his name is Yahweh Shai. All right, but this dude is just like basically like you're the leader of this Christian faith, and you're saying falling behind the Messiah of the Christian faith is dangerous, which it is dangerous because it's full of vanity and falsehood. But in a sense, you know what I'm saying, from his standpoint, he's being wicked pretty much. He's not being righteous by saying that.
He is not a Roman Catholic, and the Pope is not his leader. According to his recent statements, President Putin does not even consider Pope Francis to be Christian. The Russian president is rarely openly critical of foreign leaders, instead preferring to use diplomacy to win people over to his side. However, notorious globalists including George Soros, Jacob Rothschild and Bill Gates have received tongue lashings before, and now Pope Francis has joined their company. Pope Francis is trying to lay the groundwork for a global communist government. President Putin is wise to his ruse and has called him out on it. It's time for more world leaders to tell the Pope to stay in his own lane.
Alright, so hold on one second. Well, there you have it. I'm going to get a couple scriptures to back that up, you know, real quick. Alright, I'm going to get a couple scriptures real quick. I hope the audio recorded, man. If not, I'll probably have to do it over, but who cares? Alright, so basically, you have the Pope trying to push the New World Order, which we knew that in the beginning, that, you know, Christianity and the Roman Catholic Church was the foundation to start the whole New World Order. And from then you need the money, which is Illuminati, and then you need the military, which is NATO. And out of NATO comes the EU. And, you know, out of EU, America came from Europe. So, you know, America ties into all that, all right? So this is Revelation chapter 16, verse 13. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. All right. So, you know, the dragon being the Illuminati, and the mouth of the beast, the beast being NATO, and out of the mouth of NATO came the EU, if I'm not mistaken, and the false prophet is the Roman Catholic Church, and out of the mouth of the false prophet is Christianity. So that's basically the makeup of your New World Order right there, and it's being exposed, man. All right, all the wickedness that this devil is pushing out is being exposed on. Even the devil is exposing the devil. That's crazy. All right, this is Psalms chapter 58, verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So this whole makeup of this society that we live in today, which is based upon Rome throughout the whole world, because America pushed the values of Rome throughout the whole world to Americanize, really Romanize the whole world, all right? Because America is a rebirth of Rome, it's an extension of Rome, all right? So they went throughout the earth spreading the lies, all right, and the falsehoods and vanities, all right? Their poison is like the poison of a serpent, right? They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear. And the whole, everything that comes out of this devil's mouth is poisonous, man. It's for control and betrayal and for vanity and falsehood. It's to push his lies, because he knows he has nothing within himself, so he has to create lies to make himself look good. But Scripture says, "Woe unto them that call it good evil, and evil good." I'm gonna get that too, but let me keep going with this. All right, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. All right, because we are the charmers. That we go out there on the highways and byways, and we do the charming. All right, we do the singing. We do, you know. All right, break their teeth, O Yahweh, in their mouth. Break out their teeth of the lions, O Lord. All right, the teeth is their army, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so break down their armies. All right, you know, break down their whole foundation, really, as a nation and as a people, and expose all the wickedness. All right. Let them melt away as waters which run continuously. When he bendeth his bow to shoot his arrows, let them be as cut in pieces. All right, as a snail which melteth, let every one of them pass away. like like the untimely birth of a woman, that they may not see the sun. All right. So this devil is putting forth his form of the light, right? Which is just darkness, but there's no light within that darkness. But they confuse people to try to make them perceive that it's light, but it's not. They're pushing wickedness, and the devil just said that he takes advantage of those that have trust in him because of his position in the church. He's the Pope, so they're supposed to trust in him, follow any form of Christianity. All right. So, but what he does is he takes advantage of the people and spread false lies, man, to deceive, man, just to push his own agenda. All right. Next scripture is Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness. All right. So, and that's what this devil does, man. But the men of the Lord, you know, they're not ignorant to Satan's wicked devices, man. So we judge according to what we see, according to his fruit. All right. We see the wickedness in the lies that this devil puts out, and that's what we try to push day in and day out through the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, man. All right. Matthew 12:35. A good man out of good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things. All right. But Esau hasn't brought forth anything good. All right, everything he brings forth is wickedness and evil. That's why this kingdom. That's why this kingdom is corrupt. That's why it's called Babylon, because it's full of confusion. All right, they make you think that you have to accept homosexuality as a good thing. So if you talk against it, you're speaking evil. You know, so those are the ones that call evil good and good evil. Put lightness for dark. I mean, put darkness for light and light for darkness. So when we're out there teaching the truth, they try to say we're a hate group and try to put the light that we're shining in the dark, and the agenda is to push forth the darkness as a form of light. All right, but the scripture said even Satan transformed himself into an angel of marvelous light. All right, so it says, for good things and an evil man out of the evil treasures bringing forth evil things, and that's what this devil brings out. It's nothing but straight evil, man. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. All right, because the scripture says the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that's his whole foundation of his kingdom. All right, but the men of the Lord, who have the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, right, are not ignorant of Esau's wicked devices. We know the devices of the devil, right? The scripture said, if it were even possible, he would deceive even the very elect, if it were possible. But luckily, we have the spirit of the Lord willing. I'm part of the elect. Have the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, so they're not ignorant to the Satan's wicked devices. Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? It's sought up through the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, to give us the unction of all things that are going to come to pass. All right, all the wickedness that's being put forth in this earth, the watchmen are the overseers that see it, and that are able to discern what's good and what's bad, all right, through the spirit of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, this is Jeremiah 13:26. Therefore will I discover thy skirt upon thy face. I mean, he gonna lift it up all the way up just to show that box, all right, to show everything, expose everything of this wicked ass kingdom, man. That thy shame may appear. And every time we try to lift up the skirt of this devil, you got our own people that try to pull it back down and cover him back up, try to cover up his iniquities and try to hide it or sweep it under the rug. But it's not going to happen. The Most High is going to destroy this devil, man. All right, it says, come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. All right, so they call America tender and delicate because this is the place that everybody wanted to go. Everybody wanted to go to America. Everybody wanted to be in America. Now everybody's exposing this devil, right? And exposing America as being the enforcer of this devil, being the so-called white man. And now it's time for her to come sit down in the dust. All right. Verse 2. take the millstones and grind mill, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover thy thighs over the rivers. All right, so that's exactly what we're doing as men of the Lord, man. We're uncovering the nakedness and the falsehood and the fornication that this devil is being pushed out, man. And he's using illusion of righteousness, what he perceives as righteousness, and and deceiving the whole world on it. So when true righteousness comes out, those that don't have the discernment to understand what true righteousness is, they look at the righteousness as a form of wickedness. All right, because of this devil, the lies that this devil puts out. But those that are supposed to receive the discernment to decipher what's good and what's evil, are going to receive that through Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, being the elect. All right. Verse 3, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. And you're seeing it all over the internet today. The nakedness of Esau being uncovered. The nakedness of the devil being uncovered. All right. And as America being the front runner and the pusher of this type of society that's being pushed forth. All right. The society of wickedness. All right. It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. All right, the Lord's not going to meet them as a man. He's going to meet them as a holy angel, destroying them, man. All right, it says, all right. It says, verse 4, as for our Redeemer, Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shai, the Holy One of Israel. Yahweh Shai is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Shalak. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans. All right, so that light, that light, that false light that he put out in the world for the world to perceive him as righteousness is being exposed as for being darkness, because it can't be cut off, because the light was never on in the beginning. It was a form of light, just kind of like a black light. You can see a little bit in it. All right, your vision is a lot better, but it's still darkness around the room. But as far as like a regular light, it lights up the whole room where you can see everything. So they'll put out a little bit of light just to push out their agenda, kind of like a black light. But in the black, even in UV lights, you can't really see everything that needs to be seen. All right. It says, as for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts, Yahweh Shai is his name, the Holy One of Israel. Sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms. All right, so that's America, man. You know. All right, I was wroth with my people. I have polluted mine inheritance and given them into thine hand. So the Most High set it up for this devil to put us in slavery, and for the devil to push his agenda. All right, upon the ancient hast thou very heavily laid thy yoke. But they was only supposed to do it for appointed time, and after that appointed time, you know, they were supposed to let it, you know what I'm saying, do what they do, punish us, and let it be done with it. But they went overboard with it. Now it's time for them to be punished. All right. This is Ephesians 5:11. All right. Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. So we're not really supposed to be Of course, we got to live in this world, but we're not of this world. We're exposing the darknesses of this world. Okay. So it says, but rather reprove them. So we're not supposed to fellowship with them. So we're not supposed to be sitting up in these churches. We're not supposed to be fellowshipping with the wicked at all, but we're supposed to reprove them. So we are supposed to go out there and say, if you're gay, you should be destroyed. All right. We are supposed to go out there to say that the so-called white man is the devil. All right. Because that it is what it is. So we're not supposed to have fellowship with them. We're supposed to reprove them and expose them. All right, because if we fellowship with them, we can get overtaken by the falsehood. It says, this is 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage over us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, we are ignorant of his devices when we went into slavery. All right, so now after slavery was over, instead of us turning back our ways to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we joined fellowship with the heathen, with the devil. All right. And we were ignorant to his devices at that point in time. But now at this time, we're not ignorant for his devices. All right. This is Ephesians 5:12. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. And that light is the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of truth, which we go out on the highways and byways week in and week out pushing it, not stopping there, but also doing it on the internet. Right? So the internet is the major way this devil is being exposed, you know. Okay? For whatsoever doeth make manifest is light. All right? Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepeth, and arise from the dead, and Yahweh Shai shall give thee light. So we have to arise from that dead state and peel off the lies that's been put in our mind by this devil, and come into the light, and the light of the glorious of the Father that was passed unto his Son, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? It's verse 15. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, all right? Because we were foolish in the beginning, because we didn't understand who the devil was. All right, now that we know, we have to be wise. It said, not as fools, but be wise, all right? Okay, so I'm going to end it with this one. My last scripture is John chapter 3, verse 20. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. And that's why they hate when we go out there on the highways and byways, man. They hate us being on the internet. They hate us as a whole. That's why they try to label us as a terrorist organization, all right? They even hate us more than they hate Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein, all right? Okay, so it says, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. That's why our people don't want to come to the light, because they're acting just like this devil, and they don't want their deeds to be reproved, all right? And with that being said, I want to give all glory and praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and salutations that are to the Akim that are spread amongst the four corners of the earth, pushing this truth and in sincerity and in truth, exposing the wickedness and the lies and the fornication of this devil. All right, shalom.